Hey, John for fatsexblog.com here. Today I'm going to present on why I leave money on the table every single day with my online publishing and blogging business. Nine ways I do so, and I explain why. But before I do that, I don't leave money on the table with Ezoic. I do not leave money on the table with my display ad revenue. I'm maniacal about squeezing every nickel out of display ad revenue that I can without super annoying my visitors. And Ezoic helps me do this because they split test ads everywhere. And if you want to squeeze out every nickel from your display ad revenue, check out Ezoic. Now, this whole presentation came to me as I was thinking about the idea behind, well, just because you can make money doing something doesn't mean you should. And I'm not talking about robbing banks. I'm talking about being able to make money legitimately, but choosing not to. And the fact is, I actually choose to leave money on the table every day, and most good businesses do. And the principal reason behind that is there is only so much time, resources, and energy that can be devoted, and I want to deploy them in the way that is going to yield the best long-term results for my business. And a lot of times that means, especially in the short term, leaving money on the table. So I'm going to step you through several examples of exactly how I do leave money on the table. And the first one is I don't always drop in affiliate links when I link to merchants. And I'm not talking about I mention a merchant and I just don't put any link at all. I'm talking about I will actually link to a merchant, or I should say a writer links to a merchant. They never put in the affiliate link. I get the article back. There's a link to the merchant. There are a lot of instances, including FatSex, where I will not actually go in and change that link to an affiliate link. And the reason is this, is it takes, yes, 20 seconds. And some of you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's just crazy, 20 seconds to put in an affiliate link. Well, why wouldn't you do that? And yeah, it's a good argument, but here's the reason, okay? It takes a little bit of energy and it takes a little bit of time. And at the end of the day, I have a generally pretty good sense if I know affiliate links are going to work on a particular article or not. Most of my content's info focus. It's informational. It's not promotional. You can put all the affiliate links on that type of content that I want. And even if people click it, they're not there, especially if they came via search, but they're not there to potentially buy anything, or at least not in the short term. They're just getting informed, maybe entertained. And so those affiliate links are going to perform well. So, you know, that at the end of the day, if I could save myself 20, 30 seconds or a minute or whatever from having to go dig through some affiliate network, get the custom link built to the product and so forth, I could skip all that because I know it's not going to be a lucrative affiliate link, then so be it. And it's a good decision. And yes, while it may not be lucrative, I'm sure over all the affiliate links I haven't dropped in, I have left money on the table over the years, and I don't regret it. Okay, the next way is I display fewer ads than I could. Okay, so here's the interesting evolution of display ads. A number of years ago, if you were with AdSense, you could only put 3 AdSense ads on your page. Seems crazy now, doesn't it? But back then, that was the way it was. And if you got in with an ad network like Ezoic, you could put 5 whole ads on an entire page. And well, content got longer, and for I don't know powers that be how they came to decide this, but they dropped that requirement and it was open season. You can put as many ads as you want, following the principle of do not have ads take up more space or screen real estate than your content. So it's a pretty loose guideline, but I think generally people know, and especially ad networks, if they're helping you with your ads, are going to know whether you do have too many ads. But here's the thing, just because I can put that many ads, literally because I can put ads that take up 50% of the screen doesn't mean I'm going to do that. There is a huge diminishing return at some point, right? There's some point where you could put more ads and it's just not going to make a difference. And in fact, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. People are going to come to your site and they'll just be like, this is nuts. We've all been to those sites, right? Especially the ones when you click a sponsored link on CNN or something, you go there and you're just, I am in awe. I go to these sites almost more to see what kind of crazy ad formation I'm going to find out, right? It's just plastered with blinking and pop-up and everything, right? So I don't want to do that, okay? I'm all about making money with display ads, and I'm fairly aggressive. I'm not saying you can't be aggressive, but that many, not going to do it. I don't do pre-stitials either, though. You know, the big ones that block the whole screen before you can get to your site, before they can get to your site. I don't like those either. So at the end of the day, visitors are people, and I do want people to return. So there's a diminishing return. I don't put as many on as I could. Number 3, I actually send non-promotional emails. Now, as a marketer, this pertains mostly to fat sacks. As a marketer, this definitely goes against the ABC of marketing, which is always be closing. All right. Now, the way I look at it, first off, and most importantly, I write emails because I get an idea. Actually, this whole presentation is based off an email that I sent. That was an idea that just came to me today, in fact. And I put it together, and I enjoyed writing it, and I sent it, and hopefully a few people like it. So that's it. I don't have anything to promote. I don't have any affiliate links in there. I don't have, that's it. I just sent it, and I think it builds up goodwill. I think people enjoy a non-promotional email here and there, and so I do it. Number 4, I don't publish spammy reviews, okay? Reviews can be very, very, very lucrative. I've made a good amount of affiliate commissions from product reviews over the years. And I have some niche sites with very, very good site authority, and I could leverage that authority to rank spammy, lousy reviews. What's a spammy review? It's a review of something you've never used or tried. That's my definition of it. I don't know what yours is, but how can you really review something if you actually haven't used it? All right, so that's my view of it. I don't do those. I don't review something if I haven't used it. Now, that's not to say I don't publish reviews. I don't want to say a lot, but I do publish them. And I publish reviews of products that I like and that I use that fit with the niche site. I publish reviews on my niche sites. I publish reviews on fat sacks, and it's all stuff that I use, and I typically like. I don't really want to go and publish reviews of stuff I don't like and give them a bad review. It's not really my thing. I'm not out to do that, so I stick to stuff I like. Number 5, I gave up, and basically, well, I saved the database, but I gave up a huge email newsletter for a niche site, built it up, and tens of thousands of email subscribers. I was sending out these email newsletters frequently, and this thing, I don't know how many lost hours I had put in it. I tried to monetize it and make it worth its while. I don't know how many different ways and times, and it just didn't work. And here's the deal. There are some niches where an email newsletter is just not going to pay. Yeah, I sent some visitors back to the site. Yeah, I even had some ads in the newsletter for newsletter display ads, and it made some money. And yes, I even made the odd affiliate commission here and there. But when I add it all up, and the amount of time I put into this thing, and the resources and all of that, and the cost of the software needed to run the whole operation, and paying people to help with it, the whole thing, yeah, it made a few bucks, but it just wasn't worth it. It was a distraction from much, much more lucrative work and tasks that I could do. So I ditched it. But I did export it and keep the email addresses. You always don't want to just delete them all. Number 6, I don't sell links. Now, I'm not unique in this. I think most publishers these days don't. I mean, at the end of the day, selling links is super risky, right? You might get $50, you might get 100, maybe you get $300. But you know what? I mean, Google finds out you're selling links, you're dead. They're gonna toast your site in search engines. Google loads this, so it's manipulating search results. Google does not like it. It's pretty easy to discover. If you use Gmail, I can't help but think Google owns Gmail. I don't know. You come to your own conclusion there. I'm not going to make any insinuations or assume anything there, but put one and one together. So I don't do it. I don't sell links, but it is very, very tempting because, I mean, the amount of money you could potentially make is ridiculous. And big sites have made probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars selling links, but the risk just simply isn't worth it. Number 7, I don't sell sponsored posts. Now, I've had not really good success or experiences selling sponsored posts. What's a sponsored post? It's a brand gives you an article. It's fairly promotional of whatever it is they're promoting, their brand or product. You post it on your site and you link to them and whatever other arrangements you have. You're supposed to mark these as sponsored, and you're supposed to put the sponsored attribution with the link and all that, and that's all good. And these are totally legit, and Google's fine with it as long as you do the proper disclaimers and the link attribution. These are a major pain, and I have sold a few of them, and it is just nothing but a pile of work. Now, granted, I didn't sell them for. Some people seem to sell these for like $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000. If people are willing to pay me that, I'll answer as many questions as they want. But I get under $1,000 a few times I did this, and it was just a hassle. I mean, people, you sell sponsored links or sponsored posts? Yes, I do. How much? Okay, I'd send a whole laundry list of questions I would anticipate. They come back, oh, thanks. And then they would have another, like seriously, like 10, 12, 15 questions about, well, so I would answer that. And then they'd come back, oh, yeah, clarification, more questions. I mean, I checked one of these email threads that I did. I sold a sponsored post for $800. $800 sounds like a lot of money. This thread was ridiculous, and it just wasn't worth it. And then so another time, I decided right then and there, that's it. Okay, I committed to it. I did it. I did the post for them. That was the end. I decided I'm not doing it. Then I had somebody contact me. They're like, we'll pay you for a sponsored post. We'll pay you, I think it was like $1,000 or $1,500 or something for a sponsored post. We've got the article. We're ready to go. I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. This would be like super easy. You're going to give me the article, send the money, and I'm done. Okay, I can work with that. As soon as I said, well, yeah, I'm interested. Here's how you pay me, and just send me the article, and I'll get it published. And no sooner did I do that, then came the dozens of questions, and that was it. I couldn't do it again. I said, well, it's no longer available, but thanks for your interest. So I don't sell sponsored posts. I could, and I could make some extra money, but it is a lot of hustle work. Now, I am not in this business to do hustle work. I could do a lot of other jobs or start other types of businesses if I want to do hustle work. What's hustle work? It's meetings, it's clients, it's customers, it's emails, it's telephone calls, it's all of these things I really don't want to do, and I don't want a business whose revenue is tied to that. And so this whole sponsored posting for me is hustle work. I'm not interested. And that also explains number 8 in that I don't sell services. It's hustle work. It's telephone calls, meetings, emails, customer service. Not for me. This is why I do what I do. That's why I publish niche sites and blogs. I'm left to my own devices. I can pretty much kind of control more or less what I'm doing on my own, and I like it that way. Number 9. This is a tough one. All right, I don't translate all my content into multiple languages, and people have written about it. Neil Patel has written some really good stuff about this because he does it, and it's very compelling. And on a lot of levels, I think this is a very, very good way to do it. I'm almost persuaded to actually do it. It seems to me a huge task. He writes really good stuff about this, and he does it, and I haven't, and I'm not going to do it for my niche sites, at least not now. And it just seems like a really big job. I've got millions of words of content. It's all there. It just needs to be translated, and I suspect I would get a ton of traffic, especially, obviously, depending on which languages I chose. But there's got to be at least 5 different languages I could translate into that would be, lots and lots of traffic. But the biggest problem, especially when my sites are display ad monetized, is the ad revenue per 1,000 visitors is far, far lower than English text and content. So that's a problem. I'm going to invest quite a bit of money into this, and I'm not really sure that it's going to be worth it. Now, a guy like Neil, he's monetized entirely different than what I am with display ads, and probably earns far, far more per 1,000 visitors than I do. So it's worth it for him to invest in good translators and all that. The other problem that I have with it is I'm not really sure how I would go about it. I really don't think if I hired somebody in each language to basically rewrite all of the content, I just don't really see how that's competing. That's going to be very expensive. These people, because they know 2 languages or more, they command pretty good rates, and rightly so. And I just don't think that would pay for a ad-supported site. I'm not sure. And then, of course, there's the software angle, right? I've had people mention to me, well, there's this type of software and that can do it. And I'm just reluctant because I don't speak the language, and I'm going to have all this content up there. I mean, is this content even make sense? Is it good? Is it can people read it and understand it? I mean, I would have no idea. Then I'd have to hire somebody to tell me, oh, did the computer translate it properly or what? So it's just, for me, it's just like this big minefield that right now is a big distraction. So I'm not going to do it. I got other things that I can do that I think are a much better use of my time and energy and money. So that's where I'm at. But I don't completely discredit this. I think there's a lot of merit to translating content into multiple languages. It's just, for me at this time, just not probably the best thing I could do. So There's a trend with all of this, all right? Basically, it's this. Anything that veers from my main business model, I'm not going to pursue it, even if it means leaving money on the table. And I think it's a smart play. And I think most businesses need to do this. Most successful business at some point is going to have to turn away work. They're going to turn away business. They're going to have to say no to some revenue stream. And I think it can be a very good decision. Because for me, my game plan is publishing as much great content as I can. That's it. And my primary monetization strategy is display ads. And that's what I got to focus on. Publish great content, as much of it as fast as possible, and let the ads do their thing. I have fallen far too often for the lure of easy money, going down distraction and rabbit holes, and it just doesn't pan out in the long run. So I guess it's my game plan. And so whatever your game plan is, stick to it. Thanks for listening.